All right, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. It's been a little while, been a little while. I had to take some time off to go to South Africa. Definitely had to use my passport, right? We always teach you brothers, get your passport, get your passport. Make sure your kids have a passport. Make sure you have global entry. Make sure your kids have global entry so you can just bypass the line and get back into the country. Now today, as you can see on the title, Passport Kings should travel to Colombia to find a wife, and we gonna have a Colombian sister come on and talk to you about that. Of course, if you watch my news channel, you already know who this is. But before I bring her on, I just wanted to check in with y'all. I'm going to chat real quick. Let me get to my trusty laptop, not my laptop, but trusty tablet. Just give me 2 seconds so I can kind of keep up with a lot of you brothers are saying. Of course, you know that you can chime in because you can actually ask her some questions. Okay. So we're giving that opportunity. So make sure that you click that link later on. We'll let you in. Please have your question ready and do your thing the right way. Let me go ahead on and go here. Give me 2 seconds. We looking real good on camera and all of that. We'll address all that. Some people say they're afraid of Colombia and all that. You never travel there alone, all that. We'll ask somebody from Colombia about that. How about that? So, all right. So if y'all don't have anything much more for me, I want to get right into it and let's ask some questions about why you should go to Colombia and find your wife. So let me get Tootie on in here. Sister Tootie, you on?
Hi, Phil. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you making it on this Sunday?
I'm feeling amazing. The day is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just here. Let's answer some questions about Colombia.
All right. So before you just get into talking about Colombia, I'll put you on the screen. You tell people, tell the brothers about yourself and what's your story.
Hi, my name is Tuti Baron, and I am born and raised in Colombia, and I've been in this country for roughly 17 years. I still feel that I'm new to the culture because it's very shocking coming from where I've come from, but I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting.
All right. So, a lot of men have been traveling to Colombia. They've been getting their passports and traveling to your country.
Right.
And some of them say they want to find a wife. They couldn't find one in America. They say the culture is too toxic. I saw a video the other day, Tootie, where a woman said that she didn't want to go on a date with a man because he was using his credit card. I mean, it's that bad.
What is
So
that?
so go ahead.
What do you say? I'm sorry, I lost the last.
Okay, there was a woman
Yes.
on the video that said that she got off a date with a man because he used his credit card and didn't use his debit card or cash.
So she wasn't looking for a relationship. She was looking for somebody who would be able to support her in general. Because I mean, if you are looking for a relationship, well, initially, let's be clear. You need to find somebody who is um, has the same goals that you have. So I went to school and I spent a lot of money in my master's degree or whatever education you have, it's kind of troubling for me to think somebody who is not looking for the same goals. But if I'm here and I'm finding somebody who's kind and nice and this person is guiding to the same goals, there's ups and downs in every relationship. And are you looking for somebody who's gonna stay by you and who's gonna support you in all levels, or are you looking for somebody who's gonna, fund financially your life? So those are questions that you have to ask yourself.
All right, so let's talk about Colombia here for a minute because a lot of men have been traveling to Colombia, and some of them are looking for love and everything. So what tips would you give them to find them a good wife in Colombia, like the culture they need to coming into, what to expect, because we don't want these men to get caught up on some scams, get drugged, etc.
Okay, so first of all, you need to be sincere with yourself, and if are you ready for a functional relationship, then you need to put yourself out there as you. That's what you're looking for. Because if you're going to Colombia or any third world country, flaunting wealth or flaunting gold chains of the third world country, or talking about the things that you have, so you are kind of like flaunting with material things. And that's gonna attract a different crowd. But if you go there with a sincere, emotions and put yourself out there and trying to meet somebody, be kind, be respectful, be family oriented, and those things are gonna route you to that particular crowd.
Well, let's go back to what you said earlier about why can't you be flash in Colombia? Can you explain that?
I mean, let's be real. I mean, are you gonna be going to Mexico, or are you gonna go to a very different, not a number one, how would I say that? Not a first world country. I wouldn't. Like, when I go travel, I don't go travel flaunting diamonds and throwing money, or those are, it's different. So if you go flaunting that, you're gonna find somebody who's gonna be okay. Then you have it. Let me take it from you. Just as simple as that.
Okay, all right. So now the people, from what one person is saying, when they went to Medellin and Cartagena, they said that for the most part people showed hospitality, but they say be mindful of your surroundings. Is that true?
I think that you should be mindful on your surroundings around the world. Even here in the U.S., you should be mindful of your surroundings. That is something that even if you are, in Paris, for instance, you're walking around in Paris, you're gonna have pickpockets everywhere, right? You are in Champs-Élysées, and you're gonna find people walking up to you, one distracting you and the other one trying to pick up your pockets. That's gonna happen around the world. You just have to be mindful, whatever you put out there. I mean, why are you going to a country or a third world country in this instant, and you're gonna be like flaunting wealth? Like and that is something that I really never understood about Americans when they go over there and you hear these stories. Like, I mean, why? Because what? Who do you want to impress? You want to impress, scammers. You want to impress.
They want to impress the women.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That is the mind that American men have here, and that's why it's so difficult for conservative women and Hispanic women, like born in Latin America, to have a good connection here, because that's the first thing. It's like it's very inclined to material wealth. It's just very inclined. Listen, when you are looking for a partner and you have set goals, you guys can achieve these goals together. We can reach that if we're going with the same energy. But why? I mean, why do you want to impress her? Then you want to impress her for the wrong reasons. Then you are not man enough to show yourself the way you are. Why are you self-conscious of showing yourself, your emotions, your character? You don't need to show me a Rolex for me to fall in love with you. You might have a Rolex, but you might be an a-hole, and I will not want to be, be next to you. And that thing is one of the it's very American mentality. So if you really want to have a connection with a woman in Latin America, in Colombia, or X, Y, and Z, just be mindful of that. Like, women, we are very in touch with our emotions. We are very present. So we appreciate when somebody gets to know us, gets interest in your family, gets interest in your culture, gets interest in you as a person. You don't have to flaunt whatever you have achieved. That's good for you. That's amazing. But I'm trying to get to know you. If you want to, if you want a girl that you want to impress, then okay, then start flaunting everything and, start throwing everything. Go take her to New York, spend her 4 seasons, blah, blah, blah. Take her to Nobu and start spending money on her. And then, as soon as she's bored of you, there's going to be somebody who has more money than you. It's going to take her away from you. There was no connection. There was all materialistic.
Yeah, exactly. So you shared with me a video, actually when I was in South Africa, and I remember that video out of Colombia. And let's get into talking about that particular video you shared with me. I wish you'd have sent it to me because I put it up on the screen. But this video, I think it was out there. This dude's out there in Colombia, and there's like this dude's basically talking to females on the blade, basically. And some of these guys go out to Colombia, and that's what they want to do: talk to females on the blade and think they're actually doing something. But you mentioned something about women that dress a certain way and wear certain shoes because of the layout. Can you talk about that?
Yes. I'm gonna show the video.
You got the video?
I do you want me to send it to you? I think
send me the video. So let's talk. Yeah, send me the video real quick.
Yeah, I'll do that. And that is so it's very funny that you brought that up because it's just so
yeah. I rather put it up on the screen and we can both look at it and you can describe what's going on.
Yes. Okay, let me find that.
yeah. But anyway, while she's looking for the video, ladies and gentlemen, brothers in particular, well, you know what? You talking about I'm greasy. Well, let me tell you what that is. See, I actually put some stuff on my face because when I go, shout out to Sister Stephanie out there, So Hum Skin, shout out to her. When you actually pay to get you a facial and then you use your products, you put on things that help you moisturize your face, man. That's why. It's not chicken grease. It's actually products. So my face actually look decent when I'm on camera. I don't have a bunch of blackheads and all kind of crap on my face. You understand what I'm saying? I am, in a small way, a little public figure. So when people walk up to me, I won't look like my skin got all these craters on my face. Listen, I have seen, which is sad, and maybe I can ask Tootie about this. I've seen women that they don't have no makeup on, but my Lord, what's up with their skin? What is up with the skin?
But on the defense of my women, I think that on men's too. I think that we need to everybody needs to take care of their skin. And another thing.
Yeah. Wait, hold on, Tootie. Hold on. Let me jump on that point. Yes, you got some men that got the situation going on too. But what group is judged by their beauty, women or men?
What was your question again?
I said yes, men could have skin issues, but what group is judged by beauty, women or men?
Well, society, I think, is wrong. We always get the short end of the stick when it comes to beauty and the expectations of beautiness.
So hold on. So the answer is women, correct?
The expectation is definitely higher on us. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because women's social currency, whether we agree with it or not, in society for forever, is beauty. Men's social currency is their success.
Makes me sick. But yes,
correct.
I hope for us to grow and don't objectify our women like that. It's so much pressure, or at least be.
You're 100% right. It's pressure because it's competition. Just like men, we are pressured as well. We are objectified based on how much money we make.
That's right. I guess you got a point right there.
Yes, we're both objectified. That's just life. You either play the game or you don't. Some women got it, some women don't. Some men got it, some men don't. It is what it is. If you don't got it, get it. Today we live in a society of hell. If you want to talk about the women, they can go to plastic surgery and get it now.
Do you have something against plastic surgery?
No, I do when it's too much.
Okay, well, yes.
When plastic surgery, yes. Listen, when you go get a BBL and you getting a 60-inch behind, that's not normal. Sorry. Yeah, no man is asking for that.
There's also body dysmorphias out there. There's a lot of women and men with body dysmorphia, and that's have altered the reality and what we see every day.
No, if you get plastic surgery and it's the same thing about makeup, right? Mm-hmm. If makeup complements who you are, it looks good. But if it's too much, and most men aren't asking for too much of anything. Like when a man has a wife, he's not asking his wife to put on 10 pounds of makeup. That's not what he asks his wife. The minimal makeup is what most men actually like. We're talking about men in relationships, not men that want to lay down with a woman. We ain't talking about that. Because I know you can say, well, these men fool these. No. They don't marry those women. We talking about men that want relationships, men that want a wife. You do not want your wife with all that mess on her face other than to compliment her. Because without makeup, she's supposed to be pretty already, right?
Yeah,
so the makeup's supposed to compliment her, because some women put on makeup and it's freaking catfish. She take that mess off her face and like, who the hell are you? So I always tell any man, you don't even want to start a relationship with a woman unless you've seen her without makeup.
Okay. To that, I have to. There's women out there that actually truly love makeup, and I would add that. And nowadays it's even more because I remember when I was a child, my 13-year-old pictures look completely different to a 13-year-old girl right now. But there's women out there that actually truly love makeup, and there's women out there that have a lot of issues with their skin, a lot of issues with their hormones, hyperpigmentation, and all of these, characteristics that make them feel a little self-conscious. So,
but Tootie, let me tell you something about that makeup situation. My mother was a cosmetologist, okay? And the main thing, which goes for everybody, drinking water does a lot for the skin. Drinking water, not eating fried foods, things like that, right?
Yes.
But some people, like I said, you got to give your face a rest, because when you put too much of that makeup on, let's say a person's putting too much all the time, especially all that foundation, because some people don't even know how to match foundation right, or they're putting too much. Instead of going to a dermatologist and say, address your skin issues, that way you have to put so much foundation. Because see, men know what these things are. They do. So instead of addressing that, then later is that makeup can mess your skin up or even age you faster.
On that note, to continue your point, I think that's a very valuable point. The best way to enhance your beauty is taking care of your skin. Whatever issue you have. If you have hyperpigmentation, then go and check your dermatologist and check on products that are not going to irritate your skin. If you have, people that have psoriasis, there's so many skin issues out there. And I will never stop just telling people, please, sunblock. Use sunblock every day. Just your vitamin C, your hyaluronic acid, your moisturizer, and always finish with your sunblock. It's amazing what it does to your skin, and that's one of the best ways for you to take care of that, and at the same time you will be feeling a little better. It's skin is
I'm a little on the fence about the sunblock thing, because I'm on the fence, because let's call it what it is. Sunblock is only liquid melanin, and it wasn't made for black folk. No way. It was made for other groups of people who need protection from the sun because they get burned. Now I know in some rare cases, there are some black people that can experience that in some rare cases. But I guess for me, I just come from South Africa. You know what happened to me in South Africa? I just get darker. I get very, very dark chocolate, and I'm good. Yeah. Out of all the years of my life, I don't know what a sunburn is at all. Just like I don't know what lice is.
Well, I know what sunburn is, and it's not funny. I have, fallen asleep at the beach and woke up in excruciating pain. Yes. So, and we are not. We protecting ourselves for the UV, forgot the term. I'm sorry. The UV rays.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you may need it. Like I said, with me,
melanoma doesn't mess with anybody. Melanoma doesn't mess with anybody, dark, light, or whatever. And for aging. So on that one, I have to put my foot down, and I have to continue advising people with all skins, sunblock, please.
Like I say, if you need it, do your thing. With me, I'm good. All right, let's get this video up here real quick. Let me go to the video file real quick. All right, here we go.
UV rays.
Oh my God, mommy. Hola. ¿Cuál es el nombre? Oh, Español Paquito.
All right, Tootie, I'm gonna pause right there. So what's going on? What kind of females did this? Explain that.
She's working the streets.
Okay, they on the whole stroll. Got it.
Yeah,
Oh, you speak English? Okay. There. De donde eres? Or where you from? Medellin.
Look how many Tootie. Look, she got about 2 different phones. Now, is that normal in Colombia? For a woman to have 2 phones?
I mean, you have 2 phones, one for work and one personal one. But usually from Monday to Friday on company time. What do I need 2 phones? I am not working with 2 phones over the weekend. That's
But is that the norm in Colombia though?
No, I mean, why are you gonna need 2 phones? No.
Okay, all right. Well, let's continue with this female here.
Okay, what's up?
Oh no, that's one.
Hold on.
Now, Tootie, this is what I call passport tricking, right there. They tricking. But tell me what you were saying when I was in South Africa about this video. Explain that.
Okay, so you are looking for a woman, right? A wife in this case. What type of woman are you looking for? You need to look into your surroundings. Cartagena is the old city is made by cobblestone. Are you gonna be walking escalators in cobblestone? I mean, you're not going to. If you're going to a very fancy wedding or whatever, you will go from one place to another. You have your date next to you or whoever is going to this event. We don't walk around in stilettos like that in cobblestone. Starting from that, Colombia is a very conservative country, very very conservative country, and rich in values and all. This start to family, all of these family formalities. So when you see somebody that's so comfortable showing themselves like that, like exposing themselves like that physically, it should be a little red flag. Another thing, how talking to strangers, stranger danger. Hello, just because they say hi, mommy, I'm gonna right away just come up to him and say like, yes, here's my WhatsApp and you can talk to me. Like, no. That it doesn't happen like that in reality, right? Because if I'm walking around in the streets of Cartagena from one place to another, and then a guy comes to me, is like, "Hey, mommy," I don't even have to address that. It's like, "Ew, just excuse me." I've not that's you go into those outlets. You know exactly what you're looking for. He knew exactly what he was looking for. So let's get that clear. Don't come over here and say, "Oh my God, Cartagena, I want to start at the clock." Yes, there's a whole bunch of women and they offer me drugs and they offer me, they were half naked. They were very touchy with me. Well, yes, they were working you and you willingly accepted their services. So let's not play dumb. You know what I mean? So don't come and blame it on, all the women are like that. No, they're doing a job and, they continue doing because it's profitable for her.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is legal there too, correct?
I believe so. I am not sure I believe so. It's legal. And another thing, we have a huge issue that I noticed. Again, I haven't lived over there full time for many, many years, even though I go over there.
But when the last time you went back?
Last year.
Last year. Okay, you go every year though, right?
Yeah, I go every year.
Okay.
When I have the time twice a year or once a year. So, but I haven't lived full time there. And when I go there, I go in a different, I go with my family, I go with my friends, and it's just a different vibe. But there's something that I have noticed that we have a lot of migration from Venezuela. These women are gorgeous, by the way, the Venezuelan women. We have a lot of migration from Venezuela since the whole socialism happened over there, like hunger over there. And, it's very close to Colombia. So a lot of people have gone to Cartagena, and we have a lot of women now, a lot of Venezuelan women in the streets of downtown. And usually at the clock, you find them over there. Like there's like a big clock over there. So you find them over there at the clock. And yeah, it's just a whole strip of women just working you out, and you see women walking by themselves up and down the street, up and down the street. I mean, just stay away from that. It's like when you go to Vegas.
Oh my God, mommy.
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk. I was letting the people didn't see it. I was putting it back up.
Yeah, like when you go to Vegas, it's the same thing. You go to Vegas, you go to hang out, and you find this girl, this gorgeous girl, giving you this card. Hey, if you want some company, just call me. Or and approach you that way. You know exactly what they're doing. They're working. So are you gonna call them because they're gorgeous and they say yes, call me? Okay, you have to pay for those services. But is that what you're looking for, or is that not what you're looking for?
Now, we've been hearing a lot of stories about these dudes getting, they go out there and holler at old girl right there, but then we've been hearing stories about these dudes getting drugged.
Yeah, well, if you hang out with prostitutes, they're out to get you. I mean, regardless, do I have to sugarcoat it? Listen, you go over there, you're in America, you go over there flaunting wealth, right? You go over there flaunting wealth, showing the Amex, showing this, showing that, and then mommy here, mommy that, bringing you all the, the expensive restaurants and walking you around like trophying you around all over the place like you're a trophy. She doesn't know you. She's working and she's gonna do the best, that she can do. She's gonna get as much profit because right now you are an investment for her. So she's gonna take as much as she can from you. But again, that's the way you put yourself out there as a target, or you actually go and enjoy in the city, try to find a connection, and that's completely different. You know what I mean? A woman that's gonna go with you and then, oh, hi, mommy from the street, hi, papi, whatever, and then let's go to my hotel room. She's gonna take with you. She's gonna go with you just like that. She's sleeping outside her house. Remember what I told you in the last video? Colombia is very strict when it comes to relationships. It's like everything is very formal. Everything has to be on the light. Everybody has to see it, and it has to be honoring. Because so it doesn't sound like odd that you go into a very Catholic country and you pick up a girl off the street, dressing like that. You know what I mean? Being so comfortable approaching you, and then you are able to take her to your hotel just like that. And she wakes up the next day and she doesn't come home and she stays for the rest of the time. Doesn't it sound like different? I mean, if I would be a man, I'd be like, okay, that's a little different. That wasn't what I heard.
But we got some dudes that like the passport trick though, so they cool with that because they can see really, if you want to trick, you could trick in the United States if you want to. I never understood why you get on a plane, go to a foreign country to trick. I just never understood that. But
because it's cheaper probably for them.
Yeah, but how is it really cheaper? Because you factor in a hotel, you factor in an airline ticket. How is it really cheaper? It's gonna even out.
Over here. For instance, I am not talking about I'm talking about like the CEO, for instance, the CEO of a company or a director of a company. Is if you wanna go out with people like that, you usually go for the escort agencies, right? And then you find a nice escort. That nice escort is gonna cost you money. It's gonna be educated. It's gonna be well traveled. She's gonna look good in front of society, and you don't have any attachment to her.
Okay, Tootie, let me slow you down. These dudes don't even entertain that aspect. I mean, the tricking they got is the low level tricking. We ain't talking about the rich CEO tricking, which is the escort. Yeah, that's not even on their level.
The low level tricking, let me go there. The low level tricking has a low level mind, and he goes for a low level service. There you go.
Man, look, low level tricking, high level tricking is still a trick, and I don't respect a trick.
That's what they want, right? That's exactly what they want. We're here looking for a relationship, right? Looking for a good commitment. Looking for a respectful commitment that you can bring home, that you can raise family, that you can do all of that. And
right. So let me ask you a question. So okay, now we got out of the tricking out the way and women on the blade. Got it. Now let's get to this. So what's a good age range should these men are looking for wives? Yeah. What's a good age range for them to look for?
Okay. I think you should stick with, within your age range, 5 to 10 years or so within your age range, I would say. Because, for instance, if you are, I don't know, 50 years old, you are a 50-year-old, and you're going to Colombia trying to get with a 23-year-old. I mean,
Well, Tootie, they got some of them that'll do that now. So let me go ahead and stop.
they do
I
it.
have seen dudes.
They do.
Listen,
You ask
I've
me
seen
questions.
dudes go over there and get in relationships, Tootie, with women. Now, I couldn't do it if I was them.
But I'm telling you, it does happen. Absolutely, it does happen. But if you're a 60-year-old or something, and you want somebody who's 30 years younger than you, you know that you probably will find that person, but you probably will find a lot of persons that will pretend to be with you, achieve whatever they want from you, and then eventually discard you. You ask me a question, I answer.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you got to be kind of silly because she gonna be fooling around with dudes her age behind your back and all of that. But are we talking about a dude? Okay, so you say, let's say the guy 35, right, 40.
Yeah.
So you suggest the youngest he should go is 10 years his age?
I mean, no, because there's a lot, and it all depends of where this person is and how active this person is, because, you always have to be almost like, there have to be things in common, right? And when you have like a 30-year difference or a 20-year difference, there's things that, we grew up in different eras, there are things that are not going to be bad. I think that, 10 to 15 years, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, you can still find, somebody that will have a true connection with you.
Oh, okay. So in Colombia, do you think that they should find a woman that has her own place in some sort of career?
I think that everywhere, wouldn't you want that? I mean, listen, I don't want to.
In America, that's not even go there. But we talking about Colombia.
What do you mean in America? Let's don't go there. I want to go there.
Okay. Well, in America, the biggest problem with the modern society today is that when they get too much into career, they turn into men, unfortunately, because the workforce is ran by men. In order to compete, you must literally get in the position of a man, unfortunately. And some of these ladies out here in these careers can't really be the ladies they could be because they have taken on the roles of men. Now, in, let's say, places like Colombia, African countries, etc., even though they have careers, they still walk in their femininity a lot more in those places because it's more conducive for those ladies to walk in their femininity, even if they have a banker job, even if they have a nurse, if they are a lawyer, etc. They still walk in their femininity a little bit more because the society demands that.
Because we were born and we were raised that way. No, excuse me, we were raised that way. We are feminine, and yes, when we step outside of our home, we have to take on the role of whatever profession you have. If you are a CEO, if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, or whatever position you are, you step professionally into those shoes. But at home, I am feminine. At home, I am mom. At home, I am partner. It's completely different. But also, let's not blame everything on the woman. But also, again, we have stepped on those roles because unfortunately, we haven't been with people that are good leaders. We haven't found women that act this way. Most likely, haven't found guys that are true alphas. A man that you can actually lean on, a person that is responsible, is emotional, is not deceiving, is not a liar, is somebody that you can pour yourself and you can trust yourself. So then you can rely on your femininity. But if I haven't found that, or if I've been tricked on, because that happens too. I've been tricked on being with somebody who's loyal, who's all of these beautiful things, who's a man in all the sense of the word, an alpha in all the sense of the word. And then in the middle of the relationship, I see all this changing, and then we still continue with this conversation back and forth. Can keep a job, or it's just deceiving, it's a liar, it's conflicted, it's just not what I'm looking for. Then I have to step up and take that role throughout the relationship. And you know what I mean? So let's get that clear. In Colombia, yes, it's more likely. It's more likely that you will find a woman that is like that. You know, we're very strong. We have a very strong character, but yes, we are very feminine, and we shine through our partners. While our family,
And that, but see, what you just said is what the men are looking for. They're looking for that because they say, listen, I want a traditional family, somebody that comes from a culture, you know, that's raised in a traditional family, that the dad and the mom say, hey, you need to be taking care of your husband, taking care of your kids. It's not no trying to be out here looking like a city girl and you're married, that sort of thing. Cause that happens too in the US. You got married women that still want to look like hang with single women and do what single women do when you're married. You know, it's weird that was going on here in America. So that's what these men are looking for. Now, I want to say this real quick. Those of you in the chat that want to maybe ask some questions to Tootie while she's here, click the link. It's in the pinned comment. We'll let you come up. Some people I see there, so just click the link and like I said, if you don't click the link, we'll just wrap up when we're done. So you can go, Tootie.
To continue what I was saying, yes, we're very family oriented. You know, we are very strong in values and morals. Even though we're very strong character, very strong character. But yeah, does that things, and my partner, he handles these things, and I handle these things, and if something goes wrong, you need to talk to your dad. I don't know about that. Let's discuss that with dad. No, mommy, no. Let's discuss with dad, and let's see where we come from there. Because I trust him. I trust his judgment. He is my partner. I don't have to worry about going through his phone, or I don't have to worry about he's gonna lack on our responsibilities. I can trust him. But if I cannot trust this guy, and the same thing goes for the guy. If I'm here over here, taking care of the house, taking care of the meals, my career, and etc., and then you are just perfectly comfortable, going to the strip club, going hanging out with your friends, or going and then arriving at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then I cannot tell you anything. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for, because I am giving you respect in this relationship. And I expect that back. That's what I would have to say.
Well, one commenter, Tootie, said, do you have any single family members so they can, I guess, want to date your family members?
I currently don't have any single family members.
Okay, so all of them are married.
They're all of are married. Yes.
And that's usually how it goes, fellas. It's they get married, the men scoop them up and make good wives out of them. Okay, so you said that that's review what you said. So maybe you suggest at least 10 years younger. Just my opinion, just women in general, what I would say as a man. I don't think a man should even entertain a woman too much on a serious note till she's about 28, maybe 27, 28. Anything younger than 27, 28, you're gonna deal with a problem.
I mean, it has another thing is that you need to see where you are in life, right? Because a woman in 20, 21 years old, she hasn't. This is modern times. So, she hasn't traveled, she hasn't experienced her life, and she has a different mindset. She said, maybe I want to finish my career, maybe I want to do this, and you might not want her to do that. You might not want her to travel all over the world while you still, while you can take time off or things like that. So I think you have to be conscious about that too. And find, if you really want to find a partner, you need to see all of these, all of these aspects.
Yeah, even you mentioned a 50-year-old dude. Just my opinion. That's what he want to do. Sure, even a 35-year-old would be good for him.
Somebody sent me a message. I forgot which outlet and which platform this person sent me a message.
Yeah. We over here on the Phil Scott show, so we talk a little different here.
So somebody sent me, and I found that it's kind of like completely different of what this person is looking for. It's so funny because this person sent me a message, and he sounds so real. He sent me all his information, and he said that he was looking for a guy that roughly looks in his 60s. He was looking for somebody around that age, 20 and something. And he was very specific on what he wanted. I want my woman to study this or this. She can drive my car here, and I can drive this other car here. And she has to be. It's almost like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a partner, or you're dictating this woman what you want? I don't get it. And then flaunting everything that he has. Oh, I have this and this and this and this.
Hey, Tootie, let me ask somebody to the chat that may want to talk to you.
Hey, Tuti.
Hi.
Hey, this is Andre, Love Crossing Borders.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. It was great talking to you a couple weeks ago on Instagram. Really great talking to you.
Oh, okay. That was great.
You looking like, okay, I don't remember. We talked. We went back and forth for about a good, got to be good 25, 30 minutes. Remember we were talking back and forth. You were supposed to come on the show.
You're in Colombia.
Yeah, in Cali. I'm married in Cali.
Absolutely, yes.
See.
You are married to a Colombian girl.
See.
Absolutely. Yes, now you can validate what I'm saying. When it comes to values,
that's why I came up. You're correct. Everything's correct.
The way we are just professional and very strong-minded and very strong character. Let's not put that away. Because Hispanic women are very spicy. So but when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your man, what is it? You tell them, because they don't seem to believe it from me.
Absolutely correct, because especially when you were saying that it's a team effort, because it's all about family. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what stage you're in of life. What I love about when I'm here in Colombia, when I see a younger person walking with their older grandparent, no matter how slow they got to walk, because they realize that I'm young today, but years later, I'm going to be the older person that's going to need somebody to walk with me. So when it comes to that family dynamic, and I say this too, when I'm going to add to what Tuti was saying in regards to the family dynamic and how a man needs to be if he wants to be with a Colombian. I often hear women in the States complain, well, when you go to Colombia, you have to pay for her family and blah, 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 blah. No, realize in Colombia, that family is now your family. So when you pay into that family, you're going to get back the same benefits that you'll be receiving.
Brother, but you pay for the family in the States. How many times if you get with a woman here in the States? Hey, my mama, she needs some money. My brother, he need this. My cousin, can we do this? Like, you paying for our family here too.
But the crazy part about Colombia and even what Tuti was saying, I give you a perfect example with me and my wife. Andrea's brother, when he graduated from school, from college, he was one of the 4 young people that they chose to be one of the head mechanics straight out of college for Toyota. He didn't have the boots, the work boots, coming out of college as a young person. I said, you know what? Graduation gift, Camilo, we got your boots. Don't worry about that. Now Camilo is the head mechanic for Chevy. We own a 2020 Equinox. Guess how much money I've saved because the head mechanic around the corner is my brother-in-law. You see how that works? Family looks out for family. The family is always there for you at the airport, no matter rain, sleet, or snow. It's like, I kid you not, it's like a concert. You like, it is 12 o'clock at night. Why are all these people out here? The person can only get in one car, but all of us show up just to let that person know we are so happy to see you make it back home.
And it's I want to go back to something that over here is very troublesome for women. Something that I am not gonna do that for him because I am not a slave. I have my value. I am do this. I am a boss. I am this. I am that. The way we look at it is like I mean, we do everything for art. It's like, because he does everything for me. It's like a true partnership. So that guy does everything for me, so I do everything for him. I make sure that the diet that he needs is done. He doesn't even know what clothes he wears, because she knows everything. She knows, like, okay, I want you to wear this one today. You need to, the tee has to be like this. The skin has to be like this. And if he doesn't do it, then she comes in the bathroom when he's getting ready, putting the skin on, even if he's complaining, no, that's what it has to be done. And God forbid, she is cooking and eating first. And this has nothing to do, this culturally has nothing to do. God forbid your mom is there and you are cooking food, and then you just sit your plate and then you just start eating, and then your husband is over there. Even if he's entertained watching whatever, she will come up to you and say, how dare you, I didn't dress you like that. You put that way, and you have to, that he's working every day. He needs to eat first. It's just, I know there's a lot of people that jump on my neck. It's like that. It's culturally. And it's like that. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
You're 100% correct. My wife, she's great. She just left to go to the grocery store, right? Before she left, she brought me a big bottle of water. You need to get your water in today, Andre. And she brought me a fruit salad. She makes a homemade fruit salad, so she brought me a fruit salad to eat. And so she's always making sure that I'm well taken care of. She's taking me to so many. My body is excellent shape. You would think that something was wrong with me, because she always makes sure I got a file of doctor appointments this big, because she said, I want to make sure that this is good, that's good, so forth. She said, I already know that since you're a vegetarian, Andre, for 30 years, you're good. I know you drink your water. She said, but baby, we just want to make sure everything is good. And since we live in South America and everything is so inexpensive when it comes to healthcare, Colombia ranks number 30 in the world for healthcare. United States ranks number 37 for the last 18 years. And so when I know that I'm getting amazing health care at the same time not paying U.S. prices, I can have a file like that, because with our insurance, we got SOAR insurance. And so and SOAR is one of the insurance companies down here. And so what ends up happening is I pay like 84 cents for copay. So when I go to the doctor's office, it only costs me 84 cents to get an MRI. 84 cents to get this taken care of, that taken care of. You got this wax build up in it, take care of that. You want to get your toes looking good like a baby toes, take care of that. 84 cents, 84 cents, 84 cents. Our veneers, whatever it is you need, new glasses, all these things are available for you, and the cost of living is inexpensive. And back to what she was saying, the person cares about you as a person. And I kid you not, Tootie, I'm still, after 6 years of living here and being married for 4 years, I am still getting used to the treatment that my wife gives me. And because she gives me that treatment, going back to what you were saying, Tootie, hey, she's got that purse collection right here. That whole, you see, I'm looking up because a whole shelf of expensive purses. If that's what that woman wants to have, and all these trips, the way she treats me, no problem. No problem at all.
And another thing that we do is, like, if you have like a busy day, for instance, if you have a busy day, that she will wake up early, she will get everything done, she will make sure all the meals are done. If she's going for a trip, or if she's going, to spend all day out with her friends shopping or doing whatever, getting, Auntie arrive, and Auntie likes to talk a lot, and Auntie goes and out, start shopping with Auntie. She makes sure he has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and then she's
yes, sir.
And she's going. Right. Did you eat? Did you put the dressing like this? Did you?
Because she knows that the other ladies will say something. But like if her mom and all them get ready to go out salsa dancing, they'll say, "Did you make sure Andre ate? Did you make sure Andre this? You'll make sure Andre that." The women compare notes about how they treat their men, and if you miss the beat, the women gonna be on. I don't have to say nothing. I don't have to sit back and say, "Baby, well, we need to work on." No. Her mama, her grandmama, and aunties, her lady friends, and we talk about ladies that are prominent. A lot of Andrea friends, my wife, they're politicians and actresses and singers, and they all keep each other on point when it comes to their men. So everything Tootie is saying is 1,000%. No matter how your career is as a woman, you know that the number one job that you have is to take care of that family unit, and everything else will fall in place.
It's very important. Family unions and family values is very important. Mom is on top of everything. Mom knows everything in the house. She knows how everything is run, and she keeps up with that in every single manner. She knows everybody's diet. She knows everybody's size. She knows, she knows everything. And if he has something to go, she already knows what he has to wear, and he doesn't even know. She already knows what he's gonna wear for that time. But that's the way, that's culture. That's the way we are raised. We have to make luxury for what you have at home, because what you have at home is what's gonna follow you. That's why we are very thick, when it comes to family, very, very together. And if you enter that family, you're part of that family. And if it's something with Andre, I swear to freaking God that everybody, cousins, they're gonna be like, what? And she's gonna be like, Andre has every cousin, uncle, they're gonna come with sticks and pots and listen, because we are very feisty. We don't touch yours, you don't touch our own. But our own is our own. It's our family, and it's very important. That's why we carry grandma with us wherever if your grandma have dementia, can even walk, get grandma a wheelchair, get grandma's mecedora, the rocking chair, and put grandma in the mecedora, and you carry with grandma everywhere. That's it.
Hey, I'll help carry grandma. Grandma 92 years old. I'll help carry grandma from one location to the other location. Make sure she got. So I know exactly what you talk, because I've had to do it. I'm the biggest one in the family now. I'm the 6'2" giant, because everybody, most Colombian men are like 5'8", 5'10", and so I'm walking in at 6'3", and so at the family reunion, I'm looking like Gargamel among the Smurfs. But hey, Andre, we need you to. Andre, could you reach for Andre? Could you? So. Being part of the family unit, it is exactly what you said. Grandma is a part of it. If we go all the way to the other side of the city, grandma coming too. Grandma being left at the house, that's not going to happen.
No, it's all together. And to the end, to the very end, the way, when somebody's born and somebody dies, we don't discard people. I feel that here, like putting him in rest homes. So, oh my God, it's too old. Always talking. We listen to that, and we have so much respect. If grandma has dementia or grandpa have dementia, and grandpa continues telling you the same story over and over again, God forbid the kid is gonna be disrespectful. He's just gonna yes, and follow up and follow up and follow up. Our elders is our pride. And, we come from them, they paved our way. They work hard for where we are. And we have to honor that to the end. Family is super important. Very important.
And the last thing, because I know you got some guys waiting, Phil, so I'm going to end with this. When it comes to the men that are going to South America, do expect that you're going to have to start to walk in your traditional manhood as well. You're going to have to come to the conclusion this ain't no 50-50 thing no more. It's you expect it to be a man, 100% into your manhood. You expect her to walk in a 100% traditionalism of a woman and that femininity and that fit, and you want her to be beautiful and gorgeous. Dude, if it takes you to make the money for her to have that beautiful dress or that beautiful outfit or the beautiful sombreros that are sitting in the background behind Tootie, it's your job to make sure your wife has that, to make sure your kids are taken care of. So a lot of these dudes don't realize you want this traditional woman, but be prepared that you are going to have to be the traditional man that goes out and get to the gazelle and bring it back home to the family. And that's how most of the world, not just South America, most of the world, you can attest this in regards to Africa, how most of the world works. The man, for the most part, even if the woman is working, because my wife is an accountant. But I look at it from the perspective, it is my responsibility. Like, I'm going to end with this. Andre and I always say this. I'm the leader. She's the manager. I'll take us in the direction, but she's the ones that sets all this up and keep it running smoothly.
That's actually a good way of looking at it. That you lead, she manages, and so your lady got a career, and we was talking about that earlier. It's like, okay, your lady has a professional career, but you see, she's not masculine? Not at all. Well, let's take about in America, same career. How would they act, brother?
They would act masculine, and they would act like I'm independent. I don't need no man.
Exactly.
And it's sad to see that. And we're not saying that all women are like that. Like I always say on our channel, in the United States, looking for a good woman, because they're out there, but it's like looking for a golden needle while you're walking through a barn of rusty needles. You're looking for a golden needle, but you're in a barn full of rusty needles. It'll be so hard to find that golden needle. And that's how it is dating in the United States. Looking for a golden needle in a barn full of rusty needles. You're going to get stuck and pricked a lot more than you would finding that golden needle. And so a lot of us go to countries now where traditionalism among men and women, let's not forget that, among men and women is expected, is part of the culture. And so since traditionalism and how women carry themselves and how men carry themselves is expected, you find yourself realizing, if I'm going to be in this country, in South America, and whether it be in Cuba, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina, Guyana, whether it be in Venezuela, you still are going to have to adapt your manhood to be able to even keep that good traditional woman, because she has expectations of your manhood, just like you have expectations of her femininity and her ladylikeness.
Right. And then, but also at the same time, you don't break the bank as a man taking care of a woman over there either.
You don't have to, no, because we're not materialistic inclined like that. You know, we like to be comfortable in our home. You know, we have a comfortable home, a comfortable living, but we are not materialistic like that. You don't have to do that. But we want to, we want that tradition to carry. We want to raise our kids together. We want to have a peaceful life. It's completely different. It's completely different. It's mind blowing. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh no, she's
exaggerating.
She's exaggerating."
It's not like that.
It's okay. I'm telling you how it is. If you tell me otherwise, prove it.
It's night and day. And when people sit back and use the word serve or obey or support, it's hard for people in the United States to analyze that and understand the concept. Like when I first heard a brother on an interview in 2015, and I heard him say that his apartment in Cali, Colombia, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Strata or Zone 6, in Zone 5, and he said that it was $280 a month. My brain couldn't calculate that. I was trying to understand, like, how is this dude living in the suburbs of a city and he's only paying $285 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a beautiful location? I tried to understand the field and I could not grasp it. So it is when it comes to
but brother, they'll argue with you that they in a better position in America, but yet they're not making 3 times the rent and they can't get an apartment.
Because what Tuti is saying and what I'm saying, we've never seen it on a regular basis before. We haven't seen femininity in herds, in groups. We see it sporadically in the United States, but to see a part of tradition, I could walk in our house. For example, Andrea's got one cousin, right? All the ladies in her family can cook, take care of their man, take care of the kids, everything, right? Got one cousin. Everybody's family got that one. Can't cook a lick.
Oh my
God! She got a boyfriend. She's trying to impress her boyfriend by coming in the kitchen. All the me and the guys sitting back watching. The ladies turn their head like, what is she doing in here? Who is she trying to impress? In other words, with her new boyfriend, even though she knew nothing about that, she knew the tradition of taking care of family was part of the culture. And so subconsciously, she just went in there and tried to pretend like she could cook. And everybody's looking at the guy. All of us men are looking like, we know she ain't got no business in there. What is she doing? But it's just so beautiful to see the fact that she realizes this is a part of the makeup of the success of our people. And so whether it be Afro-Colombian, whether you be a machista, or whether you be whatever indigenous, whatever your background is, because Colombia has over 85 different dialects and almost 100 different cultures here. You see, there's such a growing number of Asian people here, people from the Middle East, people from Southeast Asia. Colombia has so many dialects. Colombia ranks number 3 for the most beautiful country in the world, number 5 for the most emotionally intelligent country in the world, Right next door, number 2 is Ecuador. Number 1 most emotionally intelligent country in the world is the Philippines. So Colombia ranks right there as far as the nicest people that will take care of you. I'll give you a perfect example before I shut up. There was a guy that came down here, a friend of mine, just a couple weeks ago. He's still here. He went to Home Center. Home Center is Home Depot and IKEA, and same product, you wouldn't know the difference. He said, I lost my credit cards, Ray, here in Cali. He said, I went back there 3 days later. He said, how come they had my credit card waiting for me? Somebody found it on the ground and was waiting for it. And going right back to what Tootie said, Colombians realize I don't have much and I don't want to lose what I have. So I wouldn't want that to happen to somebody else. That's emotional intelligence. So when you look on YouTube and you just see party girls, that's not real Colombia. That's a part of Colombia. But the everyday Colombian woman is the Tutis, the Andreas, the Maya, which is Afro Wahita YouTube channel. These are everyday Colombian or South American women that if something is lost, they'll turn it in because they know if it were me, I would hope somebody turned mine in. That's emotional intelligence. And that's why Colombia ranks number 5.
Andre, let me ask you a question. Because certain countries you can do this. I know Visa and MasterCard is most accepted everywhere. Could you use American Express in Colombia?
I do.
No. You know what?
You use it in Colombia? Tootie?
Go.
I do use American Express in Colombia. Not everywhere, unfortunately. Not every place accepted, but yeah, some places accepted. Visa everywhere, but some places accept my American Express.
Yeah,
that's why I tell people when they travel.
Now I can use mine.
I say definitely make sure you got a high dollar Visa or MasterCard if you can. Because American Express, I noticed that it may be accepted like in the American hotel chains. Like your Marriott's and stuff like that, and maybe some retailers. But what they told me in South Africa recently, because American Express charged more on the back end, that's why we won't accept it.
Yeah, when I first went to Medellin, my first trip, I had my American Express card, and I'll tell you this how cool it was. This is another example that I saw somebody in the comments say, and I rarely read the comments. They say, well, somebody in the United States could have found somebody's card and took it back. This is true. I'm not saying people in the United States don't do nice things. What I'm saying is, for another example, I took my American Express card there first time in Colombia, went to the hotel, and the front desk guy said, we don't take it. He said, but here's what we'll do. He said, you can stay here your whole trip. He said, as long as you send me the money back, when you get back home to the United States, everything is good. I stayed the whole trip. We exchanged numbers. When we got back to the States, I wired him the money and he was able to take care of it and there was no problem. That would never happen in the United States. The United States would have had me on the streets before they let me stay in a hotel room in their country before that situation would have taken place. And I'm not saying that's the norm in Colombia, but what I'm saying is I know my country, the United States, and I know that you are not going to stay in a prominent hotel, because I was in a really nice hotel, and they sit back and say, well, your credit card's not working, sir, but you can stay for a week anyway.
Oh,
we don't have that.
Colombia.
Well, you know what, man? I got a short story about that. South Africa, when I was just in Johannesburg. So when I got there, we had a mix up about the scheduling of my room. Well, anyway, so it was a busy week, and I needed about 3 rooms actually, right? So I rented an executive apartment, and then my kids had 2 different rooms. But they told me, oh, well, because it wasn't booked, all we had was 2 days. I said, oh man. He said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna do something. So get on there, brother working. He said, you know what? I got you in there. I bumped some people. Forget that. I'm gonna get you in here. And so he bumped some people out to let us get our rooms for 6 days. I'm like, boy, I say, I love Africa. I love it. So I had to make sure to get that brother a love offer, because in America, I wouldn't have got that. Every time I go to the continent, it's at least for me, I'm just like, I say, this is how white people feel in America. I love it.
Yeah. And that's what I meant when I said earlier about what Tootie is saying is actually the norm globally. How we behave in the West, Canada, US, UK, we're not the normal behavior patterns. We're the outsiders or the kind of like the oddballs of globalization of the global relationships between people. Most countries have a emotional intelligence or a care or a, hey, listen, let me look out for you. Let's see what we can do. We've had taxi drivers. I remember when we were looking for our apartment, we had a taxi driver. We had a large 100,000 pesos. That's like $20, $25 here in Colombia. He didn't have any change. We didn't have any change. Now in the United States, they would have said, well, we were going to a store to get some change. You're going to give me my money right now. He said, you know, when you guys get done, I said, I'll wait right here, the taxi driver. Now, you know, in the United States, they'd charge us about a minute waiting right there. He said, I'll wait right here. When you guys get back, we'll all go to get some change together. And so you guys can just pay me for bringing you here and then taking you back home. So he waited the whole time we were looking at apartments. We weren't charged or anything. And so we were charged for the ride there and we were charged for the ride back home. And we actually gave him, you know, a tip in regards to of appreciation. That would not happen back home. We're the outliers back home. That's the one thing that we have to accept in the United States. We are not the norm. Family dynamics in most of the world is kind of like how you describe and how Tootie described and how I describe. But we're so egotistical in the United States because we've been programmed to be like this. It hurts our little ego to think that we're different from the rest of the world. You mean women really are feminine and will care about you, and no matter what age you are? I just went out to the salsa club this past weekend, and it is the norm for me to see somebody that's in their 60s on a dance floor killing it with somebody that's 22 years old. Because the 60-year-old dude, he has been dancing salsa since he was 6. The 22-year-old has been dancing since she was 6, but he's got so many spins and twists and moves that she doesn't even know yet, that the older dude, you're looking at the old dude like, man, he is killing it. Even though the younger lady is the one that is the gorgeous and beautiful one. That's most of the world. That's how the world is set up. You rarely see an older person and a younger person in the United States dancing together. You don't see no brothers and sisters dancing together. You don't see grandma and you know how many grandmas on the dance with? How you think my dancing got so good?
Grandma is in the home, in the rest home. Grandma is grandma started to show some signs of dementia, show some signs of tiredness, the knees. Grandma's getting slow. Oh my God, grandma's annoyed. Let's go.
Well, not all the time, Tootie, because in America, grandma is getting BBLs in America.
Oh my
God.
These
young grandmamas.
Yes, they are. Like Mama D taking thirst trap pictures and all that. Mama D, 59 years old, taking thirst trap pictures.
You would never see a grandmother in Colombia twerking on IG like it is, like I see the ones in the States.
We call that la señora mecedora. Like grandma is a respectful lady. Grandma is not gonna be disrespected. Grandma is not gonna be showing, you know, too much skin. Grandma is respectful. Grandma is a lady in all the sense of the word. Is distasteful, is not in our culture, is something that I honestly don't understand. Each to their own, but it's something that me culturally doesn't happen in my house, not in my household. I don't, if my family, God forbid, my aunts, my mom, if they are just, these ladies are, you know, completely different.
We're not, please, guys, please don't think that we're belittling the United States or trying to put it down. We're just saying that from our experiences, Tootie's experiences of growing up in South America, especially Colombia, my experience of living in South America and traveling throughout South America, his experience in regards to going to Africa, we're letting you know that it's not just South America, but it is the social norms in Southeast Asia, in parts of Africa, throughout Africa, in South America. These are the social norms. So when we leave the United States and we say, guys, be ready to be traditional men, that 50-50, that ain't gonna work. You need to be able to go ahead, even though your woman is working. If something happens to her, you can still steer the ship economically. Pretend like she ain't making no money and steer the ship, because traditionally that's what's expected of you, to steer the ship as a man. But many of us are so prone to that 50-50 and so comfortable with the patterns of our own home country, the United States, actually coming to another country and being with a woman like Tootie, you want it, but are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely true. Well, brother Andre, I thank you for coming on the show, brother. It's good you bring that message and make sure you keep getting your fruit salad and your water in your life.
Yeah.
And listen, it's gonna be calling every time. Did you do it? Did you do it?
Okay.
All right, brother.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There was brother Andre. Appreciate him for coming on up. Tootie and say we're gonna wrap up. Give him your last words.
Okay, I want to go back to what he said. And when it comes to the woman role and the man role in our relationships, it's like, as a man, if you want a traditional woman with traditional values, then I want our men to be traditional with traditional values. Be the alpha man that we want. Be the stern, that very honorable man with full of values and charisma and emotion and all of this, and respectful. Be somebody that I'm proud to wake up every day and I wouldn't say serve, but honor every day. I'm so happy. I'm interested to get immersed in everything that you do. But please don't put all that pressure on me and expect me to be this, traditional woman when I am not getting that from you. There is out there somebody who is going to reciprocate to that energy. And women, let's think about in our femininity. Let's think about what we want. Because what we want, we attract, right? I know that there's a lot of people out there that have hurt us, that have betrayed us, that have treated us horribly, but not everybody's like that. And we don't have to do what society wants us to do. We have to do what makes us happy, right? So let's go back and kind of like realize ourselves, like, this is my truly self. Like, I am a professional woman. I have a career, but I'm also a tender woman. I like that tenderness. And I like that person that I know I can rely emotionally. I can rely when I need something, when I need support. So let's go back to that and don't think that we're less because we sit in our femininity. It's like, I think that you're the strongest. I shine the strongest and I set my boundaries when I stand up into a different society, showing myself how I am. This is me. You're going to respect me and love me. And I am this feminine, strong woman. That's all I have to say. I don't have to be shamed, or you don't have to shame me for, or feel bad, or get this preconceived idea that I've been subjugated because I care with tenderness and love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tootie, thank you for coming on today and informing the brothers, what's going on in Colombia. And so some of you brothers now, you could book your flights to Cartagena, Medellin, what's the other city? Tootie, they go?
Medellin, Barranquilla, Bucaramanga. Just go and find yourself a good traditional woman with good traditional values. But remember, you be that good traditional man.
All right, for sure. No 50-50 over there. You run your house as a doggone man. You should have been doing that in the United States anyway.
I want to tell you something. I mean, he's the leader. He is the leader. He is the person in charge. But nothing goes in this house if it doesn't go through me first. So yes, he is the head, but I am the neck. And let me know when that head is running. That guy cannot run without this neck.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the live stream, and we'll see you on the next one when we put one up.
Thank you.